Okay, well, uh, yeah, Chandra, Heart of Fire. So, um, are we really gonna do it? Yeah, let's see. I think we're gonna do it. We're gonna play Chandra, Heart of Fire, and the rest of the list I think is pretty standard. It's pretty similar to this Fable list I've been trying out. And yes, I have been trying out Flame Blitz. The World of Planeswalkers cycling is pretty good. But of course, this is a Planeswalker deck, so we will not be playing Flame Blitz. Other than that, it's a pretty simple concept. And yes, I'm also trying Ramunap Ruins, just because so far in my limited testing, it's been pretty free. I mean, I've probably only taken a couple points of damage max throughout the game. Sometimes I take no points of damage whatsoever. But when I do have to take points of damage, it's obviously well worth it. But, and I rarely have I won games with this, but I have won some games with this. So far, I haven't run into burn that much, but so far I've lost 0 games to taking some damage from this, and I have won some games by clinching out some reach. So yeah, we'll see. I mean, look, I just a sucker for like trying to squeeze extra value out of my lands. I don't know. Don't blame me, okay? But yeah, other than that, it's pretty standard stuff that we've been used to. Ragavan, obviously not a bad card if you can afford it, needless to say. But yeah, what does Chandra Heart of Fire bring to the table? Basically, the thing that I like about Chandra, okay, is that it has a lot of loyalty. Unfortunately, it doesn't have enough loyalty to instantly get itself out of Unholy Heat range, but it does, have enough loyalty to to get out of most like other burn spells, and it can even survive like some attacks, and it even it can snipe some of these smaller creatures like right when it comes down. I know this doesn't look that spectacular, but like you gotta remember, like this card saw play back in the day. Arc Slog. Let me see if this could. Gotta remember, this card saw. Okay, let's see if I can actually get this in here. Arc Slogger. I'm probably not spelling slog correctly. Or maybe I have a modern, no. There it is, Arc Slogger. It has a hyphen. I mean, yeah. Think about it, folks. Okay, this is the reason why I was thinking maybe Chandra Heart of Fire ain't as bad as it looks. I mean, it doesn't look that bad to be fair, but like, look, I know this card looks terrible today, and nobody would be caught dead playing it. But yeah. Anyway, but yeah, like the point is yeah, like obviously Chandra Heart of Fire I think is a lot better than Arc Slogger. You don't have to exile the top 10 cards of your library. It's not a creature, so it's a little less vulnerable. Plus, it has crazy card advantage potential once it sticks around. I don't know. Let's just give it a shot, shall we, folks? And I'll see you on the other side. All right, well, let's try it. The old, the big Chandra. Actually, I've been testing this a little bit, and needless to say, when it sticks around, it's pretty much GG. I think I can keep this. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it has one big advantage over 3-mana Chandra, and that is that obviously it can actually affect the board. The downside, of course, it's a pretty big downside, is it costs 2 more mana. Interestingly enough, it also doesn't produce mana, but it also theoretically draws 3 times as many cards. Well, I mean, for the sake of upside, I'm gonna play Ragavan. Now, this could be a mistake because leading with Relic means that. Okay, so this probably isn't Murktide. Leading with Relic would make it so that if they were on like a Grixis type thing or a Dimir type thing, they wouldn't be able to. What do you call it? Anyway, let's focus on the game at hand, shall we? I probably should have played a land in case they have a... Oh, wow, that's actually... So, you wouldn't think this would be the play here, but I'm going to try to go for Blood Moon. It'll probably get countered, but the reason why I like playing Blood Moon here is that, you know, it's kind of now or never. It's, you know, I could cut them off 2 blue if I play it right now. Yeah, you know, this is kind of the purpose here, is to try to bait out a counterspell in a way. Oh, and we got some guest commentary by Birds of Paradise again. Always nice. Okay, fair enough. You know, I wasn't expecting that to last forever. They can't quite drop a Murktide just yet. I'm going to try to play around Spell Pierce, I guess. Yeah, I'm definitely just, let's see. Yeah, so just doing this right now. Can't, excuse me, can't allow them to drop Murktide. A little bit too brutal. Okay, they are probably going to counter this, but if they don't, I think Fury and Spikefield are the pretty obvious pitches. Okay, nice. I'll take it. Yeah, might as well. Not worth holding up some kind of bluff. Might not be even worth it to play Blood Moon at this point because then the Bugbear may hold certain value. So I'm probably just going to attack. And I think the play is put Obosh to hand, hold up 2 mana for Stomp in case of dashing Ragas. But this is a pretty good spot to be in if I'm attacking with Seasoned Pyromancers, because obviously it's kind of a 3-for-1. Unless they have Fury, which sometimes they play, sometimes they don't. You know, we'll see. Yeah, how much you want to bet that they have some type of counter magic? They don't seem to have burn, otherwise you'd think they'd use it on the Seasoned Pyromancer, or more likely the tokens. See, using it on the tokens must feel crunchy, but using it on a Seasoned Pyromancer, you'd also assume feels crunchy, because I can just flash it back. Should I drop Obosh? I don't think so. I want to get the guaranteed value from getting the tokens out there. And this could be a case where Ramunap Ruins actually comes in handy. Well, this is a little extra value, you know. Alright, I mean, they could have countered Obosh. I mean, I don't know, what's worse, drawing 2 cards or them countering Obosh? I'm going to say them countering Obosh, although maybe not. But then again, I do get 2 tokens, most likely. Yeah, they're 1 short of playing Murktide, but if they play, like, Consider, they can, they'll just sneak back it in. Alrighty. This match definitely is not guaranteed to go this smoothly every time, that's for sure. You know, I'm a little torn on Blood Moon, actually, but seeing as how Ragavan just really stole the show there, I think it'd be probably a mistake to, yeah, I guess I'll do this. You know, I'm not a huge fan of either Ragavan or Big Chandra here, because Ragavan, it just instantly eats a rule spell and dies. Big Chandra, obviously, it kind of eats a Spell Pierce most of the time. Honestly, this matchup is one of the matchups that made me think about Pugnacious Pugilist instead of Big Chandra. But Big Chandra's ability to ping stuff just seems like it could be super useful. Yeah, I'm gonna risk it. I mean, if they drop turn 1 Ragavan, we still have an out in the form of Fury. Which kind of looks like they're gonna do. Yeah. Let's see here. Bobble, bobble, bobble. Bubble, bubble. Bubble, bobble again. Double, bubble, bobble. Double, bubble. Okay, let's see. Yeah, so here's what I think I gotta do. I think I just can't get hit by Ragavan. I mean, like, it kind of sucks to have to card disadvantage myself here, but, you know, if they connect, they could even cast their own Seasoned Pyromancer. It's like, I don't know. Plus, on top of that, they gain mana. back it up with counter magic. It's just a total nightmare if they untap with that, especially if they have 2 blue mana. It is what it is. Okay, that is more livable, in my opinion. Take more shots from that thing. And I can't... I could, you know, march for 1 at end of turn, but I may just be angling to pitch it. So there's a pretty decent chance if they put land or sorcery in here that this becomes a 3/3. Well, instant. Double up on types here. But land, of course, yeah. Yep. Still got Blast Zone to deal with this thing a little bit. Might want to camouflage the Blast Zone. We'll see. If they drop Murktide, I'm in pretty bad shape. Okay. But this almost certainly means they got some kind of counter magic. Yeah, that's it's not bad. I think I'm gonna angle for end of turn lightning bolting that thing. Either that, I could end of turn Reckless Impulse. Yeah, maybe Reckless Impulse is more mana efficient. I need like a relic and them not be able to counter it like right now. This is definitely not where we want to be. No, it's not Murktide just yet. Kind of power through more of their deck than I would like. It is what it is. Alright. I'll probably have to tank this. I just think it's much better to be mana efficient with the march. Maybe playing post-combat Murktide, so it doesn't get whittled down before combat. Alright, well, let's see. How many do they have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dang it, it's already at 8/8. That's gonna be kind of rough. I might actually have this under control somehow. I can't. Wait a minute. That's. Oh my God! I screwed that up. I screwed that up big time. I'm sorry, folks. Should have double flame slashed. Yeah, I should have. What was I doing? I just wasted a stomp for no reason. Sorry, folks. I mean, I doubt that's going to make a difference, but I mean, it could. They get an extra look at their library. It's pretty bad. Should I just scoop out of shame here? I'm very close to it. Very close to scooping out of shame. I just wasn't expecting to draw Flame Slash there. Okay. Ready. Okay. That's a pretty good one for them to reveal. Would have revealed that either way, though. So they must have a counterspell of some kind. Otherwise, why would they be? Well, let's test the waters a bit. I mean, we know they've got a counterspell, right? Like, obviously they would have played Bonecrusher otherwise. So, I don't know. This might not be advisable, but I'm going to just leave this up. See, I could have held Lightning Bolt up instead. It's just such a disaster here. If they still end up losing this, it's going to be like the worst luck ever for them. I'm surprised they kind of ran that right into a Blast Zone, but, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, it still puts me down a land. It's not like, you know, the greatest thing in the world for me. But it does kind of vindicate my decision a little bit. Well, we know they've got counter magic, so maybe we just want to run the Seasoned Pyromancer out there now. I say yeah. Let's do it. We know they're going to counter, but it's okay. Because we can always play the tokens later on. Oh. I actually don't mind that super bad. I mean, if I can actually resolve Chandra, that could go a long way to helping me win the game. Plus, this way I get to keep my Lightning Bolt. This is far from the worst possible outcome that could have happened. I still have the option to get tokens. Oh wait, they're going after me. Okay, that was... Hopefully that was a misclick and they don't have 3 more bolts in hand. But having 3 more bolts in hand is something that is theoretically possible. You know, or of course Murktide. Murktide will probably do the trick too. That's a 4/4. Okay, that makes me kind of wish I held on to that Flame Slash. It's not like the worst thing in the world. How much you want to bet they've got a counterspell though? Okay, how can we okay, I think we're gonna start off by doing this. Now this will probably draw up a counterspell from them, but at the same time, this is kind of obviously the play. Yeah, that's fine. Alright, well, I guess I'll offer the attack. I mean, see if they think I'm full of you know what or not. Okay. Yeah. So they're on the smarter end of the distribution when it comes to these things. And yes, I consider, even if I didn't have the ball, it would have been smarter not to block. Okay. I mean, I hit for 6. It's just not really going to cut it. I need to be able to deal with this thing somehow. And since I'm pretty sure they're packing counter magic, it's going to be tough. Or double lightning bolt. I guess would also do it. Okay. Well, that's not as bad, but that means that... See, man. I mean, it doesn't matter how I time this. At the end of the day, if they have it, they have it. Could be holding Flame Slash, so. But we know they got a counterspell. I mean, they paused. I would have had another Lightning Bolt in hand if I hadn't done that misplay from earlier. No relics. I think it's actually not too bad of a performance, considering I didn't have any relics. This is definitely not... You know, Pugnacious Pugilist actually might not be half bad in this matchup. But the problem for me with playing Pugnacious Pugilist is might as well play what do you call it, Fable of the Mirrorbreaker. I think Fable of the Mirrorbreaker is like actually kind of an underrated powerhouse. And I think it compares very favorably to most creatures, including Urmask, whatever it's called. And like, to me, not many creatures at 5 mana tempt me to play them over Fable. But this can do one critical thing that most of the 5 mana creatures... actually, the only 5 mana creature that kind of tempts me a little bit is Glorbinger, because that can deal with creatures. But that's the thing, Chandra, Heart of Fire. What this offers is a lot of utility and card advantage. It's a cool card that I never fully explored, and the few times I did, it was actually pretty good. You know, maybe I think I'm gonna Flame Slash, because that way I have more, you know, I have more options for, you know. Yeah, not much reason to cast that. Hopefully they still don't have a removal. I mean, is a Ragavan gonna get there? Could go a ways to playing Chandra Heart of Fire here. Could play Sokenzan. Probably play Sokenzan at end of turn if they don't deal with Ragavan. Well, I think forcing them to use a counterspell on their own creature is a little bit too good to pass up. Nah, at the end of the day, what does this really do for me? I'm just going to play Sokenzan at a turn. It's tempting as all heck, but like at the end of the day, we know that they have counterspell. Maybe not. Maybe I was chicken and I deserve what I get. Could have also just played Sokenzan for extra attacks, but I kind of like the idea of ambushing like a Ragavan. Maybe it's probably being too cute, to be honest. I might end up losing this because of that. Plus, you didn't know what I'd reveal. Oh yeah, it's only 3. Nice. That's another reason to do this. Okay. Forgot that Ragavan reduces the cost. Okay. You know, maybe I should be attacking with Den of the Bugbear now that I think about it, because if they don't have an answer to Ragavan... I could actually see about the joys of playing. 7, so this could be 5. I don't know. We'll put Obosh to hand. I just can't help but feel like I'm being a little too cute here, you know? Like, probably should have attacked with Den of the Bugbear. Because, I mean, realistically, they couldn't, I think I didn't do that before Ragavan attacked. I guess they didn't want to tap out, so I guess I can kind of understand where they're coming from. That would have caused Den of the Bugbear to lose its ability, but they would have been hit for 3. So I don't know, maybe still ends up being okay. Pretty sure they got a removal spell now. Do they have 2 removal spells though? I guess we'll find out. I think their removal spells are definitely the scarce resource here with them. Okay, they just pack it in. Yeah, I guess sometimes they keep a hand with a lot of counter magic and not much removal. You know, I don't necessarily blame them because I usually take Ragavan out. I just happen to be playing a deck where I don't think that's really an option, like one of these variants. Alright. Okay, match 2. Now, if we're going to be honest, our victory last match didn't really have anything to do with Big Chandra. Big Chandra, I think, is mostly going to be about going over the top of other mid-range decks, and it's kind of the ultimate answer, hopefully, to those Murktide, those, what do you call them, 4-color Omnath Urion decks, because I finally have something that goes over the top hard. If it's another land, I think I'm just gonna play Spikefield. And I'm holding up. I don't know if they're Rakdos or if they're Grixis. Okay, they're probably Grixis. I hope this doesn't mean they have Spell Pierce. Okay. Yeah, they're most likely to have Drawn in a Lock anyway. Yeah. Hopefully this isn't it is. Actually, that's one advantage to Spikefield Hazard, but maybe it's still okay. I think we can take out Fury. If I draw Relic, all's well that ends well. Relic is a far more ideal answer than Spikefield anyway. Okay, well, maybe now is Big Chandra's time to shine. We'll see. I had to deal with Ragavan, though, so actually there was really kind of no... Holding on to Spikefield wouldn't have done anything against Kroxa, because I had 1 mana to deal with Ragavan, and I had to deal with Ragavan. I was not going to take that hit. I have the firepower to take down or escape Kroxa, although ideally I'd like a Relic so I don't have to. Okay, fair enough. I have a feeling that Chandra is going to get pitched. Yeah, might as well be mana efficient here. Although, yeah. Let's see here. I can deal with Croxa. Maybe I should have actually played Blast Zone, but I don't know. Having extra red mana could come in handy. The plan is to pitch the Blast Zone, and then hope I draw either a red card next turn or an untapped mana source, because then I can return Obosh, Fury Lightning Bolt the Croxa, kill the Liliana. Okay, well that I mean, you know, I'll take it. Okay. All right, well that's still the plan. Just Lily down. No, I don't. And actually, you know what? That plan wouldn't have worked. Actually, I just realized, because if they would have upticked with Lily, I would have had too many cards to give. So I guess we execute the plan, and the plan would have been flawed otherwise. Alrighty. Let's see. Yeah, this is kind of the worst of all worlds, but I still have one more chance to make it happen, because I can put Obosh to my hand to draw a red card next turn. Yep. Man, if I drew a relic, I think their hand is kind of petering out, to be honest. But you know, hey, what can you do? I'm just gonna scoop if it's okay. It's nothing that spectacular. Pretty much need to draw a red card or bust here. And then I still have a dashing Raga to worry about. Okay, that's fine. That would have been a red card, by the way. Ooh, well, a man's got to do what he's got to do. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna tank a hit from Ragavan, but a Seasoned Pyromancer into a Relic, and I might just be right back into the game, we'll see. Okay, I was suspecting Kolaghan's command, but I forgot about this one. Ooh, it's all lands. Well, I mean, they got 4 lands out of it. I mean, you know, 3 lands out of the way. It's a lot of lands, though. So we're definitely tanking a Raga. Yeah, they can play that. That's low-key a little bit of an issue. Or maybe high-key, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of bad, because this means that I'm going to have to block the Fury, even if I do get my best case Seasoned Pyromancer into, I think, land. Land and Relic at this point are where it's at. This is going to delay the inevitable, but I guess it's better than just outright losing. At a certain point, I'm going to die if I tap this for red, but I was going to tap it for colorless. Yeah, alright. Fine, you got it, pal. No Seasoned Pyromancers, no Relics. I was going to have to lean on Chandra that game, but I had to pitch it earlier. So, but this is the type of matchup where big Chandra definitely can be good. I don't think Ragavan is where I want to be. Flame Slash, I think, can also help if it comes to it, deal with a Croxa or whatnot. And with that, I think let's get back into it. Maybe I need to keep Ragavan in, actually, against Izzet Murktide. Maybe I should experiment with that a little bit more. Maybe one of the reasons I won that was precisely because I kept Ragavan in. There is, I guess, a little bit of a tension. They need a mix of removal and counter magic. The problem is, without Ragavan, is they can just keep a all counterspell hand, and there's not much there's not many of my hands punish them if I don't have Ragavan in the deck. But the one downside of keeping a pure counterspell hand is a Ragavan hand of mine can punish that severely. The other cool thing about that last game against Murktide in the last match is that by even not playing their own Jace and whatnot, I was able to deprive them of having the opportunity to even play a counterspell put into their graveyard, which also meant that it was harder for them to play Murktide. So, you know, my only mistake was I think I should have attacked with Bugbear one turn earlier. But on the other hand, that would have triggered a dress down, and then I wouldn't have got the token. And yeah. Anyway, let's just see. I think this is a decent hand. This is a decent hand. That's fine. Okay. I'm gonna flame slash that. Don't mind if I do. Okay. Alrighty. Another Croxa. Probably just a Fury. Croxa. Okay, we're in a 6. It's not as bad. The question is, should I use a Fury on it? I think the answer is yes. Yeah, let's use Fury on it. And the idea is end of turn March, and if they play like a discard spell, I'll just pitch the other March. Get a little dig a little extra deeper. Yeah, I guess it's come to that. Could keep up one, but we'll just do this just for shits and giggles. Relic, I think, is going to be important, although actually Blood Moon could just be GG. The cool thing is that I've got choices, and I guess theoretically I could play Blood Moon and Relic, actually. I just have to remember to play my Ramunap Ruins first. That is probably what it's going to be. A little smorgasbord of things to choose. Hope they don't dash a Raga at me. Yeah, they can. They might be holding up with Boseiju. But they could always Boseiju later with the treasure token. Okay, that's actually not as bad. Especially since that feeds into my Blood Moon Relic plan for world domination. Okay, let's remember to do this first. That way I can't screw this up by playing the Spikefield Hazard. So, sorcery, creature. Yeah, I'm going to do this on my own instant to reduce this thing. Take out March. Okay. Should I hold up Bolt? I think I should, because Ragavan, I think, is kind of one of the only things that actually kind of undoes me here. You know what? I can Bolt and then Relic, actually, if they don't play Ragavan. So I will do that. Ooh, I'm sure as heck gonna try to take this opportunity to play Big Chandra. I mean, when else am I gonna have that opportunity, right? Please don't scoop before I can actually play it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is gonna have to be out of my hand when I start using the ability. This is obviously extreme overkill at this point, but at the same time, Obosh wasn't a sure thing. If they draw like Swamp off the top, Terminate or something. I do want to have Obosh though, if possible. Next turn, in theory, could start going nuts. Although, maybe not, because I probably want to play Obosh before I start going nuts. Maybe I just did Obosh. Let's play Obosh. And I guess let's do this. I mean, could end up not playing a lot of things. Well, I'm glad I got those out of the way. It's kind of not really useful at this point. That's about as close to just straight up draw 3, I think, so I'll take it. I think I didn't lose Obosh for that. Unfortunately, I think they're just gonna scoop. Yeah, kind of. That's the thing about Big Chandra. You have to factor in the fact that there will be early scoops, so you won't always necessarily. It won't clinch out these games in a stylish fashion as like the 3-mana or 4-mana Chandra, but you know, gotta factor that in. Okay. I still think this is probably the configuration we want to be in. Big Chandra is not perfect, but it is kind of a haymaker. It's a way for us to go way over the top. I mean, if this isn't the matchup for Big Chandra, I don't know what is. So let's go. Well, there's our trusty, dusty Big Chandra. We have to factor in, though, that Big Chandra is going to get, you know, discarded a lot and whatnot, but it still obviously is the mother of all omelets now. Okay, well, they're probably going to take Seasoned Pyromancer, so maybe. Oh, okay, that's interesting. They must have a Dashing Raga as their plan. Or maybe they're just trying to red screw me. Alright, fine. She's trying to be cheeky. Alright, well that would have been nice if I would have drawn it, but that's what it is. At least I'm one you know, draw closer to a red source. Okay, well, they might not be expecting this. Okay. Dang it, I hate this. I am officially red screwed. Probably Terminate or something. Alright, well, I mean, I don't think I need 2 Chandra Heart of Fires, I'll tell you that much. I don't know, maybe that helps. I'm definitely attacking. I'm not being cheeky by trying to defend against another Ragavan. can use the treasure token to besage you. This will count as a sacrifice if they have Fatal Push, so that's something to consider. Okay, fair enough. Well, if they don't have another Ragavan though, this might be kind of a GG punch here. This will also, fix my red, so I can play Seasoned Pyromancer. Hopefully, at least that's the plan. Oh, no Ragavan, no Ragavan, no Ragavan, no Ragavan. And maybe I pitch these two if no Ragavan, and then and then maybe I do try to. No, definitely pitching a Blood Moon and Flame Slash, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So, I'm not sure if they saw this one, if this is the one I discarded or not, but okay. Alright, I'm just going to attack with Seasoned Pyromancer because I do want some defense against Ragavan. Alright, well, Chandra, Heart of Fire. Hopefully this is playing cleanup duty, that's for sure. See, Chandra's Heart of Fire also kind of shreds their life total relatively quickly. Although, of course, the 4-mana Chandra does too, while also gaining card advantage. Yeah, alright, well, hey, it is what it is. Chandra obviously didn't win that game for us, but it sure did, clinch it. Right. Okay, match 3. I think this hand's got to be a keep. Yeah, hopefully they're not playing another discard deck, and they take my Spikefield, and then they, deal with my Ragavan. That being said, I think it's still a little too tempting not to just run Ragavan out there. I mean, it's also just more cost efficient if they do have a way to deal with it. And, we're like one of the few decks that actually plays sorcery speed removal for Ragavan, so I don't think we're really dodging that much. Okay, Wall of Roots. Okay. I smell you. I smell you. Okay, that is definitely not expected, but this also means that we can yeah, let's see here. This feels weird to ditch March of Reckless Joy, but I think this is the most pitchable. We need the lands, and we definitely want the other Fury. I don't know. Okay, yeah, I think we definitely need these two Spikefield Hazards, so. Aether Vial out of Yawgmoth. Definitely haven't seen this in a while. I don't know if this is super necessary. They do play a lot of creatures, but I mean, I don't know. Doesn't synergize as well with Cord. I might actually just use Spikefield Hazard on this one. Yeah, I think I will. Don't mind if I do. Lanny. Let's see. Okay, not bad. I'm connecting multiple times to the Ragavan. That's always a good sign. I can actually play my own Yawgmoth, actually. There's another creature. This could actually be kind of bonkers once I get Seasoned Pyromancer down. The problem, yeah, you know what? I'm doing it. It's one of the cool things about Ragavan is it gives me a little taste of what it's like to play the other side's deck. Now, something to consider is if you're playing like a blue deck or something, if they have bounce, then this could end up being card advantage for them. But I don't think they have a way to somehow get this back on their side. So, okay, well, this is what we've got Fury for. Now, hopefully we draw just another land, so we don't even have to rely on. Yeah, hey, ask and you shall receive. Am I right? Let's just do this. So we're gonna find out pretty soon if they have a. All right. Well, I guess this is the month of the early scoop, I guess. This is another matchup where Big Chandra could actually be pretty good, because sometimes these matches stall out and nothing screams just, you know, run away with the game like Big Chandra. And boy, does she scream it at the top of her lungs. Game over. It's okay, Chandra. You don't have to. Let's see here. I got a squeeze Flame Slash in here with Yawgmoth obviously in the mix. Obviously Spikefield Hazard is both a land and a pretty insane removal spell against their undying creatures. Relic, I think, you know, also can be obviously pretty good against undying. I don't know. Ragavan obviously won the game that one, but if I don't have Spikefield Hazard for their undying creatures, when Ragavan gets bricked pretty hard, pretty early. Then again, I suppose it can combine with Relic still. What am I supposed to do? Take out Lightning Bolt? I don't think that's a good idea. Blood Moon is obviously a huge mistake to take out. Ain't no way, Jose. Yeah, and this is what it's going to be. I know Ragavan won that game, and this might seem like heresy, but the rest of these cards, I mean, you know, March of Reckless Joy, it helps us hit our land drops. It can pitch excess Chandras, which is, you know, might be a necessity in this one. Hey, I don't know. Hey, far be it from me to complain. I'm just kidding. You know, when people say they hate complainers, like, you know, I mean, like, I don't know what to say. Like, everybody complains. Come on. If you think about it, actually, I just realized if you complain about a complainer, then you're complaining about yourself, because you're complaining about complainers. I mean, if you say I hate complainers, I mean, isn't that complaining? You're complaining about complainers. So, like, when you hate complainers, you hate yourself. The only way to beat complainers is not to complain. You know, that feels deep, but somehow, I mean, like, obviously it's incredibly cheesy, so, you know, that's the cheese factor is out of control there, you know. Okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hold on to the Flame Slash. I think I might hold on to the Relic too, because I may need good pitches with the Seasoned Pyromancer next turn. Which kind of sucks, because sometimes it can be good. Yeah, I had a feeling that would happen. Okay. Let's see here. Ooh. Well, I still want to do this here. Relic, ditching Relic could be bad, but I think it's good enough. And now the plan is to try to hit Grist with the elementals and whatnot. Okay, that's... I don't know. I'm gonna call it right now, folks. I don't think Aether Vial is that amazing against this deck. I may want to blow it up though, just because. It does make my Blood Moon a little less good. I guess I'll just attack full force to Grist, and then in the words of the great Yawgmaster, Yomu, Yu-Gi-Oh! It's time to duel. Okay. Alrighty. So I guess the play now is to stomp. And I guess play done, right? Yeah. I guess so. I could play March, but I don't like pitching either of these cards. Okay. Maybe I'm going to pitch the Blood Moon, actually. I'm definitely going to pitch at least one Blood Moon, I'll tell you that much. This is pretty good against this card. Yeah, let's do this. And I still don't want to play Blood Moon just yet, because I want to be able to blow up that Aether Vial before I drop the Blood Moon. Chandra Heart of Fire, I have to imagine this is where we start Chandra Heart of Firing. And I have to imagine, I mean, I'm just going to attack, like, you know, see what happens. Yeah, I pretty much could figure that out. What is this? Probably Flame Slash, Chandra Heart of Fire. I'm definitely blowing Bloodsoaked now. But they're probably just going to blow the Grist. Yeah, this is actually a problem with Big Chandra, is actually it just kind of gets gristed. Yeah, that's not the worst thing in the world, at least that thing hopefully will no longer be viable once I blow the Blast Zones. Hopefully I draw a land, I do. So let's see how this one goes. Okay, that happened. Are they going to refill me? It's fine. Alright, just going to drop this now, I guess. Prevents hard cast Yawgmoths. If Grist is low enough, then the Chandra can obviously do more work on the Grist, but... Let's see. This is not bad. I may want to wait until I drop Obosh, though. Before I need to be able to deal with the Grist, period. Because if I lose the game, I think it's basically going to be because of the Grist. Sucks. So I think that becomes public enemy number 1, obviously. Who needs to hardcast Yawgmoth? Kind of want to kill the Grist still because, you know. Yeah, I'll lose the ability to kill this. It sucks, but like, I obviously have to. I mean, that's fine. They don't have enough to outright kill it. As long as they can't outright kill it, that's fine by me. Okay. Oh man, more of this. At least they're refilling me so I can draw more stuff. Chandra now deals 4, which means unfortunately, Grist is still going to be... No, Grist is definitely just going to kill this thing. Why would I not block the Scavenging Ooze? I mean, it can go to a 4/4, but like, or I guess rather, why would I not block the Endurance? No, I'm blocking the Scavenging Ooze, unless there's something I'm missing. They didn't even pump it? That's a little surprising. Oh, guess why. Well, talk about a slow roll. Jeez. Could have done that before they attacked. LOL. Oh, never mind. I guess they had to connect with one more of those things. Still think this is probably where I want to be, although, man, having Ragavan could be good. Although Ragavan conflicts a little bit with my desire to blow up Blast Zone on the Aether Vial. Their victory there had nothing to do with that Aether Vial, so doesn't change my opinion on Aether Vial seeming kind of lackluster to me. You know, I could be wrong. Just telling it how it feels like from my side, that's all. Does help a little bit with Blood Moon, I guess. But I think the fact that it makes you worse when you're not against Blood Moon is a little something to be thought about. Okay, they milled to 5. That obviously is good for us. Okay, well, Aether Vial could be good against our Blood Moon hand. I don't think I'm going to wait. I think I'm just going to just play Blood Moon. Especially since I'm probably going to try to curve out to Chandra, and they don't have any fetch lands yet. Yeah, that wouldn't be my, that's not like my most ideal scenario, but it, you know, still. Alright. Okay, Yawgmoth it. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. You know, yeah. Just gonna discard these two. Yeah, not bad. Neither of these do anything at this time. Okay, playing something for 2, I guess. Alright, that's what it is. Hopefully whatever it is I can snipe with Chandra next turn. Can't quite snipe that. Might snipe the Yawgmoth. Gotta snipe something, right? Maybe I'll actually just play Fury on the Wall of Roots. Yeah, get Grist, I guess. Alright, well, I guess I'm definitely Furying that. I'll tell you that much for sure. Yeah, Aether Vial could end up putting in serious work, actually. Let's see. Oh, I'm still not 100% sure about that. No, they could actually have the Yaga combo here. Well, I've got some instant speed response at least. Well, it's time to do. I'm gonna try to hit the Yawgmoth. And if they drop, yeah, definitely gonna do that now. At least I don't have the combo. I still have a source of a lot of card advantage, though. If I can get this Chandra to keep doing its thing, I can pull ahead. They can draw a lot of cards here, though. Dang it, man. Okay, not gonna lie, Aether Vial was pretty good this game, I guess. So, I don't know, maybe I gotta eat my words. Never mind, Aether Vial is obviously the best thing ever, so... Yeah, I was wrong. Aether Vial is apparently busted. Maybe it should be banned. There's a slight degree of sarcasm there, because I'm not really so sure it's really all that great still. I mean, maybe they just never, in the top, like, 9 cards, they just don't see a win con. They don't see a Blood Artist or a Gerald's Messenger. I mean, obviously they're afraid of something. Obviously this is gonna, okay. I mean, obviously this is, in theory, this looks kind of hot, right? Okay, well, I kind of could smell that one coming. That's fine. I'll fish it out, I guess. So maybe Flame Slash on that thing. I mean, what are the odds though they don't find something? Kind of feel bad that they slow rolled me here, but I don't know. Maybe they still just don't find it in the top like 7 cards. I don't know. Obviously. What are the odds, right? What are the odds? I mean, they're still slow rolling for some reason. They saw that from Exile, so I don't know. They're gonna be the unluckiest Yawgmoth player in all of history. All right, cool story. You know, can't complain. Definitely do not want to attack. Definitely probably want to block the Strangleroot and the one of the Young Wolves, I guess. Or just block both Strangleroots, maybe. Going down to 1, I think, is not really that big of a deal. And this way I can hopefully kill both of those off with Blast Zones. So, okay, feed another one of these to my Blast Zone. Is what it is, I guess. Yeah, definitely I want to try to hit that. So can I play this off the top? Why, yes. Yes, I can. And I want to hit the Strangleroots, but can I really afford not to play the Seasoned Pyromancer? I think this is kind of... Just tempted to play this Blood Moon. I just don't think that's the play. I don't think that's the play, son. Especially since I may need to hold up the Relic for shenanigans. So probably want to put this Blast Zone to 1. And I do have enough to blow both next turn. I might be able to clear most of their board. I don't know. This is incredibly wishful thinking. I mean, needless to say, this doesn't look like I'm at a pretty good spot here. But I'm not like... It's not... I mean, I do actually have some cards that at least give me the appearance that I might still have some kind of outside challenge. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I mean, obviously this card, you know, Ancestral Recalling me, and gaining me like a frick ton of life, since they keep going after this, I think stands to reason. It's got to be doing something right. Okay, well, I mean, what's the point, right? What's the point of blocking? Feeding more 1-drops into the meat grinder, I guess. I might Boseiju you that. Alrighty. Well, let's start off, I guess, with a friendly neighborhood. Brouhaha. Kushlush. They must have another something. Yeah, they got another something, that's for sure. Well, it's not actually as much of a something as I was expecting. Okay, so they're going for it. Alright. Fair enough, I guess. Well, why would they do this first? Am I missing something? I probably am. Oh yeah, because they just have the kill. Or not. Well, I gotta do this. I mean, there's just too much stuff to wipe away. I guess I'll attack. I mean, why not? They're at 8, right? The more I reduce their life total. Okay. I'm surprised they're not fetching. Okay, Dryad. I mean, it is what it is. Ooh, big Chandra. I think it'd be a mistake not to try to go for big Chandra. I don't know, though. Putting them at a... Yeah, let's do this. Oh, Boseiju. Well, maybe I can play Chandra too after they Boseiju it. They caught on. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that is a thing too. Alright, that's fine. I am going to try to set up to kill them with Chandra. Let's see if it works. I didn't actually see this line until right now. But that was another good advantage to go to Blood Moon. It forces them to crack. I think I'm going to take... If I don't get, like, somehow killed right here. Okay, let's go for it. I probably should have put Obosh to hand now that I think about it, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Chandra, big Chandra for the win. They have some way to gain life. All right, big Chandra actually. Big Chandra actually. Okay, match 4. Hey, you know, Big Chandra definitely carried a lot of weight in that Yawgmoth matchup. Definitely, it definitely is the mother of all omelets. And by mother of all omelets, I mean the mother of all, uh, you know, red planeswalkers that we've played so far. It's kind of overcosted, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I think most of the rest of the deck kind of handles most of the things we need to handle, so it's kind of cool that we just have a super over-the-top type thing. Will I try Pugnacious Pugilist one of these days? Maybe. But again, I just feel like at that point I kind of want to play Fable, but I don't know. I could be wrong. Could be wrong. I could be wrong. I kind of want to try Pugnacious Pugilist. It's weird. It's by far not one of the most cards that people were hyped about, but I'm hyped about it for some reason. I like flexibility. I like flexibility. It's got that flexibility factor where you can play it early, and you know, maybe I'm overrating that, but I don't know. That's a bone crushing target if I've ever seen one. Definitely, I think I want to hit that. All right, so I could play Bonecrusher, but I think I'm going to try to go end of turn Reckless Impulse. This way, I also get to hold up Stomp for like a Dashing Ragavan or something. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Not bad. Fury would have been nice, but it is what it is. Okay, I think I can just play this. I still think I'm going to play this March of Reckless Joy at a turn. Can maybe pitch next turn, we'll see. So I can play Fury. I mean, I guess I might as well get the card advantage while I can, right? The world's most expensive lightning bolt target. Continuously exposing myself to Kolagon's command too, but hey, what can you do, right? Okay, okay. Not bad. Yeah, Grief seems like a good choice. At least I can Bone Crush it. Still feel kind of bad that I didn't play Seasoned Pyromancer earlier, but okay. And I'm probably going to actually give some kind of reanimation to it. Otherwise, you would think they would have just played it, right? And exile Deadboar, though. I mean, that's not nothing, right? Probably Seasoned Pyromancer, I'm guessing. Do I even want to play Blood Moon? I might not. Well, I'm not gonna lie, that's kind of the exact card I wanted to see. Let's see if they lightning bolt it. Yeah, can't say I'm surprised. But I got a feeling they're gonna be surprised. What is this? What on earth are you doing, MHayashi? Get out of here. Get the frick out of here. Alrighty. I'm probably just gonna start upticking next turn, in which case it's probably game over. But see, this is kind of what the dream was made of with playing. See, like Pugnacious Pugilist or even Uramask, whatever it's called thing, which would probably just eat a Dreadbore next turn. Okay, fair enough. You got me there. Oh man, as long as I don't hit Seasoned Pyromancer though, I think the Chandra is probably going to take over the game. Okay, let's see what they get here. See what they net. Okay, well I guess they can hit my Chandra. So I think they have to. I think I got a choice here. I mean, at some point, well, I guess this eats a Dreadbore too, now that I think about it. Okay, fair enough, I guess. Does that have some kind of anti-Planeswalker ability that I'm not aware of? I'm definitely discarding Blood Moon. Oh, okay. Yeah. Alright, well, let's just play this. So uptick. And, ooh, looky here. I think I want to do this. Yeah, playing Bonecrusher Giant would be cool, but I think dealing with both Nixilai, if that is how you say it, is probably just overall better. Could be wrong, though. Could definitely be wrong. They did have to use their Ragavan on that, and I mean, the longer they go without dealing with the Chandra, the worse it's going to get for them, I think. Yeah, I can't imagine this gets much better for them from here. Kabloom. Holy moly. Let's start with this card, everybody's favorite. Probably just end up playing Fury. Yeah. That's just kind of getting out of hand there. Getting out of hand. Oh yeah. Getting out of hand. Oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, Ragavan isn't perfect, yada yada yada, but I don't know. This against a Rakdos deck, Blood Moon doesn't seem the greatest thing ever. Flame Slash seems like it could be okay. This was definitely everything I wanted at Big Chandra and more. I'll tell you that much. All right. So the question is, do I play Ragavan turn 1 or do I hold up for some type of shenanigan? If they just drop Swamp and pass, then I think I'm just going to play Ragavan, because whatever shenanigan they had, I think they would have been able to play it with one Swamp. But if they play... Okay, but if they would have played like a Malika Rebirth tapped or something, then I think I would have held up, because then the danger of them just, you know, not being able to do their turn 1 reanimation thing because they didn't have the lands. I don't know. Let's see. I'm going to play 2 instant speed blockers. Oh my god, is this actually going to connect? Oh man, this stuff dreams are made of here. Okay, let's do this here, shall we? I think I'm going to discard a Spikefield and a Ragavan. I don't know, actually, Flame Slash could be good too. Yeah, I'm actually going to discard Flame Slash, because Spikefield Hazard has a little more flexibility. See, like right there, I think I probably do want. Plus, leaving up Spikefield Hazard for Kroxa can be good, but I'm probably just going to play it as a land so I can set up for Chandra, because I probably can win through Kroxa if I can establish some Chandra dominance. Okay, that's cool. Alright, that's cool. Check it out now. Third strike, y'all. I think I'm just gonna play another Seasoned Pyro. Maybe I draw a Fury. Probably be the best of all worlds. And I think at this point I do ditch the Spikefield. No, at this let's be honest. At this point I think I have to discard the Chandra. Yeah, at this point I think I have to discard the Chandra. Yep, because sure enough, there's another one. Play no reanimation shenanigans. If they've got Grief in their hand, the question is what did it take? Chandra or... Well, they can't take Chandra with that, so... I would have given some serious thought to taking Spikefield Hazard. Works for me. Gonna hold up 5 mana for CZ Pyro flashbacks. It kind of makes sense, because otherwise... Okay, dang it, my Chandra. They don't have a good trick, though, here, because this is what it is. Alright. Okay, I think this works, too. I'll take this as a consolation prize. Hopefully they don't have some kind of reanimation nonsense. Which, now that I think about it, they probably do. Guess it comes into play tapped. Oops, never mind. Guess it doesn't come into play tapped. Yeah, still not looking half bad. So this might be bad because they might have a trick on this one. Nope. Yeah, that's fine. I've got no hand to take. Man, that came late. Better late than never, though, I guess. I'll keep it around. It's good. It's good for also dealing with their undying shenanigans. Hopefully I draw a land so I don't have to tap out. Well, asking you shall receive, I guess. I still think the advantages are worth the disadvantages. Because now blocking with Seasoned Pyromancer is not as appealing. I mean, they could, but, you know, it would trade. Okay. Fair enough. As you wish. Fury, I'm sure. Okay. Not too bad. I could attack, but then they've got blockers. Just gonna play the waiting game, which I think I'm kind of favored in. Hitsugu, who consumes all, would kind of do a number on our tokens, but it would do a number on their tokens too. Okay, I don't know if this is foolish or not, but I think I'm going to make my stand here. Not this one. Yeah. That's fine. Hopefully that finishes him off. Yes, not bad. Not bad. Standing here, I realize you were just like it. Okay. Alrighty. Jeez. Okay, match 5. We're up against Virtual Andy. Oh, this is a risky hand, but fortune favors the bold. Am I right? Am I right or am I right? Fortune favors the bold. Man, with only one hand though, but still, I'm still keeping it. This hand definitely goes places as long as, I'm not prepared to deal with artifact decks, unfortunately. Well, you know, with Fury being able to hopefully facilitate some Ragavan connections, you never know. You never know. Ooh, I'm not prepared for that. I don't got Blood in my hand. And even if I did, I don't have enough mana. And that's going to cause major problems. No. Standing here, I realize. See if they block it. They do. I mean, I'll still take it. It's still kind of a 1-for-1. Yeah, now all heck breaks loose, though. Because the Sarasa Saga tokens are going to be ginormous. That's what she said. But what does that even mean? I have no idea. Dang it, man. I had a feeling. I had a dream. Now, on the other hand, this will be a 4-4. Maybe I can snipe it with Fury. I don't know. Maybe we can make something happen here. Because this will force them to use this here. Might as well ditch the other Ragavan, I'm guessing. Glad I saved the, let's see here. As long as I don't dump like a gazillion and 1 artifacts next turn, maybe I've got some kind of outside chance, I don't know. Wish I could cast that, but nope. Still haven't drawn another land. Yeah, definitely that's the play. I can even use it to create a mana with Springleaf Drum. That sucks. Dealing with that construct token quickly, kind of getting out of reach. mean, I could attack, and then, but then of course they just Welding Jar. Here's what I say. Let's do this. And then I play Seasoned Pyromancer. I'd save the Welding Jar. Whatever. I mean, in theory, this gives me chump blockers for days. Oh, that's why they protected it. Alright, touche. I don't know, if I draw some kind of removal for it, maybe I've got some chance. I do have some redraws. Okay, well, that's that could combine with another one. Let's see. Or a Fury. Okay, I think we're gonna have to hope that we draw a Fury off the top. It's pretty much our only hope now. Nope. Alrighty. This is where we use Shattering Spree, but Shattering Spree is just not as good in wide open meta. Flame Slash actually a little extra. Remove Kozilek's Return can actually be a godsend. Pillage is obviously a must. And you know what? Mage's Limbo is probably a must too, so the whole sideboard comes in. Yeah, you know, Big Chandra, let's at least start with trimming that to 2, although realistically I think we definitely don't need Relic. Bonecrusher's a little... Yeah, let's just get Big Chandra out of here. It's just too cumbersome, I think. Let's go down to 2 Moons. I know Moon doesn't synergize super well, I mean, Mages with Kozilek's Return, but they don't play that much creature removal, and this is just less bad in multiples, so... Let's see, Lightning Bolt or Bonecrusher. Could cut March or Reckless Charm. Reckless Joy, I mean. Yeah, let's cut March. I don't think I'm winning this game. I don't think I'm outgrinding them. I think I'm just kind of... I think I'd overwhelm them at a particular point in the game. You know... I wouldn't necessarily say I overwhelmed them early. But actually, I guess that's kind of what it is. I guess I'm kind of the beatdown in this matchup. Alright. Let's go. Standing here, I realize indeed. If you want a fun time, search on YouTube, Standing Here, I Realize. You will not be disappointed. Alrighty, let's see here. Alrighty. At least I have Pillage to deal with the Urza Saga shenanigans. Alright, let's dash Raga while we can, while the coast is clear. Maybe I get a free Memnite too, who knows. Alright, well, taking that off the top is no small thing, if you ask me. And I know nobody did, but, you know, I like to think somebody cares what I think. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Alright, pillage it is, I guess. A moon effect would be way better, but unfortunately, beggars can't be chooser with those. Ginger brutey brute. What a brute. So this is what I think I'm going to do here. I think I'm going to Fury or Spikefield. The reason why I'm doing this is because they might play, you know what, that's okay. This time I am actually going to pay it, because it's just a little too brutal, you know. But I knew they had that, and I wanted to play around it, so there we go. And I think I can manage this. Famous last words. Yeah, I'm gonna just go for the connection. Okay. I guess I'll take the memory jar, the welding jar. I don't think they have some way to can protect my treasure token, I guess. I'm probably gonna lightning bolt before things get out of hand. I'm guessing it's going to be a Springleaf Drum. There's a Saga. Huh. What are they going to name, though? Okay. Alright, I mean, I'll live with it. I think I'll press on through the tough times. Okay. See, maybe I'm depriving them of their lands, actually, because I like it when you're hitting with Ragavan like this, you're at a pretty good... Maybe I actually should have just gone after the Otawara, actually, with the pillage. I don't know. I don't want to get too cheeky, but maybe I should have. Yeah, let's see. I could play the Seasoned Pyromancer, but I think it's going to be better to do this. So they're dead to next swing anyway. Alright, well, somehow we made that one happen. And do we actually get a trophy with Big Chandra in the mix? Who knows, but I do think we're going to need Ragavan, because I stand by my assessment that we are definitely the beatdown. Maybe I don't need Flame Slash. I think I need all the creature burn I can muster. You know, unfortunately, this hand doesn't have a way to deal with the Urza Saga token. Well, I guess it kind of does with pillage, but they get a first crack at it. But there's kind of no getting around the first crack, is there? Against all advice, I'm keeping. The problem is the hand's just too functional. It's too functional, and it's too close to maybe having the potential to do something. A Blood Moon would be ideal, but you know, drawing a hand with Blood Moon and not enough lands to cast it seems like a recipe for frustration. Virtual Andy. Okay, well, they took a mulligan. Oh, that's like the opposite of what I want to see. That's like the literal opposite. Oh, I don't know. They didn't drop. I assumed they were going to drop. Yeah, I do want to hold up Spikefield, but I assumed they were going to drop. What's it called? Springleaf Drum. The fact that they didn't warms my heart a little bit. Well, hopefully, I've got a big Magus brewing up. Alright, let's do it. I guess one of these things goes off. Ready? Obviously, Springleaf Drum. Yep. Obviously, Welding Jar. Alright. Obviously, they can make a token. At least Pillage says can't be regenerated. Let me go after the Ornithopter, I guess. And Metallic Rebuke would be brutal. We might have a shot if they don't have Metallic Rebuke. I guess it's moment of truth. I don't think there's any playing around this one. Okay, well that's a good start. It doesn't mean we win, but it's a good start. It's a good thing we held on Spikefield because we may not have actually wanted to use that. I'm gonna play Pillage and Lightning Bolt maybe. Oof. Oof. That's what we call oof. deal with this. Please, no, whatever you call it. They didn't have it last turn, otherwise I definitely assumed they would use it. Okay. Should have hit Memnite. Now let's use this. Okay. Hopefully they don't have triple Gal Blast. Cranial Plating would be kind of brutal too. Okay, I mean, I think I can deal with this. I'll trade this for a welding jar. It'd be crazy if we trophy with this. Holy moly. Not be expecting that one. Okay, you know, I definitely could expect that. Okay, definitely could expect that too. Definitely could expect that too. Definitely could expect that too. It's fine. Yeah, I'll take this one for sure. I think I want to clear the path for the Raggy Taggy. It might regenerate the Thought Monitor, as that can result in, yeah, wins that otherwise would not be possible. So I think I need to be the aggro though, so I'm going to do this. I'm fine to block with Fury. This can be useful, but I just don't want to use the treasure token. Okay, well, that's definitely off to the start of something good for them. It's also off to start of something good. Okay, it's also off to start of something good. Just like me, trying to make history. Okay, I'm sorry. I will try to keep the singing down, because, man, it's just freaking. So once you see the standing here, I realize songs on YouTube. It's over. A little bit of humming though, I can't help that. A little bit of humming can't be helped. That just kind of is what it is, if you ask me. can definitely block him with Fury, I'll tell you that for sure. Okay. They're thinking the same thing. They want to one-shot me with a cranial plating, and I can't blame them. I would want to one-shot them too, if that's... Let's go, Seasoned Pyromancer. Instant refill. Okay, not bad. Let's see. Now, if we attacked full force, we could bring them down. I think I just have to attack with these two. Unfortunately, I don't think there's anything I can do to shield myself from a cranial plating. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that kind of is what it is. I actually am just realizing the Spikefield Hazard does actually help a lot with the Fury. Which could have been a good reason for them to attack. I definitely would have blocked. They absolutely have to block one of these, and I would think as between the two, Fury would make more sense. Okay. Well, fair enough. I wish I could trample onto another creature. If with a Spikefield Hazard next turn, I can put Obosh to hand and play it. That's why I'll play this one, rather than putting Obosh to hand. Otherwise, I definitely would put Obosh to hand. No, good GG's. Maybe if we sack the treasure token and we play a spell, they might think that's GG. I was hoping they would scoop to thinking it was Lightning Bolt, but no. Oh, alright, GG's. Okay, post-league wrap-up. Well, so close to the 5-0 we could practically taste it. You know, unfortunately, the taste ended up a little bit salty at the end. But you know, hey, without salt, you know, we can't live, right? So we were hoping for some chocolatey goodness, but unfortunately, some you know, some unexpected results. I shouldn't say unexpected. That was exactly expected. But yeah, you know, hey, what can you say? Dang man, if that wasn't a hair's breadth away from the trophy. No, I've actually had several like close calls. I had one where I think we put it at literally 1 second. I think it's even recorded and on YouTube. It's just at this point I've just uploaded so many videos I honestly forget, but I'm pretty sure I remember that one because I remember people commenting like, "Oh my goodness." But anyway, yeah, this is gonna go up there as one of those It doesn't get much closer of a close call to where you could get a trophy, but hey, you know, what can I say? I'm not sure if I can say for sure whether or not Big Chandra actually has merit. or not. Well, let's put it this way. I think we definitely know Big Chandra has merit. We definitely know that, I was messing around with my notepad a little bit, trying to, remember the last deck I played. It's technically called E-Cast, I think. I've been calling Affinity. Anyway, but yeah, Chandra, Heart of Fire. The card is playable, okay? The card is playable. I think more cards are playable than people think. Oh yeah, you know what? Actually, I forgot to mention Pugnacious Pugilist in the deck tech. This is the card I was thinking about, but obviously you heard me talk about it a lot throughout the gameplay. So I guess I don't know, I'll just show it quick here, although we all probably saw it in the card slots. But this is the only thing. This is the only card that I'm kind of wondering if it's kind of just better than Chandra, Heart of Fire. And yes, I know Uramesh, whatever it's called, Urabask, something. Let's see, quantity 0, because I have 0 copies presently. They're not super expensive, but like I kind of, if I'm not really interested in it, I don't really like buying it. But yeah, Urabask, whatever it's called. So the concept of this deck is like, I was just thinking, what can I get for 5 mana? Urabask, honestly, like it looks insane, but here's the problem I have with it. It's 5 mana for a 4/4 haste, which is not bad. And yes, it goes insane if it lives, but they have a full turn on their turn to be able to deal with it. Yes, they may exile a counterspell at the top of their library or something like that kind of doesn't have value unless they play it right then, or unless they can hold on to it. It doesn't have value if they can only play it right then. But otherwise, like most removal spells, I don't know, most things that they reveal off the top of their library, it might as well be the same thing as they drew the card, which, I mean, granted, as the game goes on, this could definitely mess with them, for sure. Especially since it says, now it only applies to their draw step, so it doesn't mess with like other draws. But I mean, over the long run, I can definitely see how this could mess with the opponent's draws, given enough draw steps, enough corner case kind of cards that they can't use this turn, kind of amounts to even more card advantage besides just us getting to exile. So there's definitely something to be said here. But I have seen, I think, Marin MTG try this out, and it was okay. But I think the people who have tried it so far, and honestly, I haven't seen all of Marin's video. Just it's hard to keep up with what all the content creators are doing. Shout out to GG for Goblin Guide though, because lately I seem to be mostly watching videos from him. If I'm watching videos from another content creator, yeah. Sorry, Pikachu. I would love to watch some Merfolk again, but somehow just been so out of the swing with Merfolk. I do love the Fishy Friends, and I do have kind of a successor deck, which never know. Maybe I'll show this one of these days. I know, I'm calling it a Merfolk deck, okay, even though Svelu's the only Merfolk left, but whatever. We'll see. I mean, more Merfolk might return in the future, but yeah, and I'm calling this deck Big Red, by the way. But anyway, yeah, Urabask, Urabrask. So, yeah, ultimately the issue I have with this card is that they have a full turn to be able to deal with this before it accrues any more value than just crashing in for 4. I'm not necessarily convinced this is as nuts as it might seem like, because you cannot think always in terms of best case scenarios. Honestly, the card that tempts me the most, one of the cards that tempts me the most, I would say the card that tempts me the second most to playing a 5 mana creature is actually Glorybringer, because note how Glorybringer, unlike Urabrask, you can potentially gain card advantage the turn it comes down. Yes, they could have a removal spell, instant speed. They could be holding up a removal spell instant speed. And obviously, if they become familiar with you playing Glorybringer, they may be doing that. But especially in Game 1, or if they haven't seen it in Game 1, in Games 2 or 3, basically, if they haven't seen Glorybringer yet, they're very likely to not be holding up, because remember, they can't be holding up like a 1-mana removal spell like Lightning Bolt or Fatal Push. Yes, Path to Exile. I haven't seen Path to Exile play in a while though with Solitude in the format now, but and obviously Solitude is something that could be available to them. But if they're not playing white, or if they don't have Solitude, you get the idea. The point is, or yeah, if they don't have a white card to pitch, they're certainly unlikely to just be holding up 5 mana for no reason. But yeah, the point is, Glorybringer a lot of times, and I've been on the receiving end of this certainly enough to say this. A lot of times it is kind of card advantage because it comes down and it snipes something before they really have the ability to respond. So yeah, they do deal with it, but then it already got value you know. So believe it or not, I'm kind of rating Glorybringer kind of higher than Urabrask. You know, I know it doesn't necessarily start going nuts. Here's the thing, Glorybringer doesn't necessarily, yeah, the total upside, like it won't necessarily go as nuts as Urabrask if left unchecked, but the fact that it has instant value, and the fact that mostly instant value, and the fact that it kind of can go nuts if it's left unchecked, because ultimately it's still crashing in with flying. By the way, Urabrask doesn't have flying, and the fact that it can continue to snipe down other creatures. You know, it means that this card, like, it still actually does some pretty hefty damage if it sticks around, even if it's not quite as much as Urabrask. But it also, in other words, this card has a higher floor, even if it has a lower ceiling. But I'm usually a big fan of cards with higher floors, you know, especially like with creatures where everybody's prepared for them. This isn't limited, you know. Anyway, so, but you know, the main reason I was talking about our old friend here, Pugnacious Pugilist, is there's a lot to like about this card. If I'm trying any 5-mana creature anytime soon, I think it's going to be this card. I know that this card looks funky, okay? Because this card definitely, like, this card really epitomizes, I think, exactly why. I mean, this card epitomizes just how much I prize higher floors over higher ceilings. Definitely, this card has a way lower ceiling than Urabrask, and it even has a lower ceiling than Glorybringer. And when you're playing it for 5 mana, obviously it doesn't even have haste, and so when you're playing it for 5 mana, it's obviously a little bit, you know, it can be a little bit underwhelming. But what this card really has is flexibility. So I could be totally wrong about this, but what I like about this card, I mean, really, one of the main reasons I like this is because we're in a world of Planeswalkers. But, like, I really think the Blitz actually might end up being one of the main plays for this card. Because, you know, 4 damage is not a joke, but it also potentially hits for 5, because it also creates this devil creature that's also tapped and attacking. So this potentially is 4 mana for 5 damage, which obviously if that's all it was, we're not a burn deck, so we wouldn't be interested in just 4 mana for 5 damage, even though that is, frankly, a pretty, you know, half-decent rate. Half-decent, I don't even know if we play that in a proper burn deck. But the thing I like about it is it's not just 4 mana for 5 damage, so potentially 4 mana for 5 damage, spread over 2 bodies. One of those bodies sticks around after the creature dies, and it has some utility, because when it dies it deals damage to any target, and this draws a card, which admittedly, you know, yeah, I mean, it's tricky. It's kind of tricky to evaluate, but the reason why I think this card actually might have some potential is that if only it had trample, you know what I mean? Like, if this card had trample, I think this card would really be the real deal. But like, what I like about this card is that you can snipe out Planeswalkers, you know, for 4 mana, and then you still draw a card, and most likely you're still going to get a devil token out of it. So think about that. They play a Planeswalker. Yeah, they probably get card advantage the turn the Planeswalker comes down, but think about it. You crash this thing down. You deal with the Planeswalker, most likely, because, like, think about it. Even Big Teferi, 5 mana for, you know, essentially what amounts to a 5 loyalty Planeswalker. Unfortunately, if they untap 2 blue mana for Counterspell, which a lot of times they do nowadays, but they don't always have it. But if they don't have an answer, and obviously Lightning Bolt, you know, Lightning Bolt and, you know, Fatal Push don't work on this thing. But, like, if they were kind of just hoping to, like, hold the ground with, like, a single Lightning Bolt or a Fatal Push or something, think about it. This card for 4 mana, you can play it, crash in, you know, swing for 4, and swing with the Devil Token, because the Devil Token comes into play tapped and attacking too. And you can actually, well, I guess the Lightning Bolt, no, that actually, Lightning Bolt still doesn't save it, because then it can still deal 1 damage when it dies to the Planeswalker. You can snipe off, like, a Big Teferi for 5, like, say if they're only like, defense was going to be a Lightning Bolt, or if they're playing the less often played Esper, you know, Fatal Push. Yeah, you attack with the 2 bodies, even if they kill the Devil Token. When it dies, it deals 1 damage, so you can deal the extra 1 damage to Teferi. So this card will almost be guaranteed, unless they counter it, to crash in and deal with Teferi. And, you know, especially if they don't have an answer to the Devil Token, it leaves that behind, and it also draws a card. So worst case scenario, it's kind of parity, but, you know, I mean, bottom line is they don't counter this. I think, yeah, you actually kind of come out ahead, because think about it. The Lightning Bolt trades 1 for 1 with the token. And trading 1 for 1 with the token, you know, let me think about this. You know, see, they play a card, so they go up 1 card with the Teferi. You play this. You go up 1 card because of the Devil token. Yeah, and I guess they deal with the Devil token, but then you still eat. But you know that doesn't change the card advantage because it's 1 for 1. You still went up 1 for getting the Devil token. So whether they deal with it or not, you're still up 1 for the Devil token. You deal with the Teferi, and then you're up 1 from drawing a card, unless I'm missing something. I guess it replaces itself, but well, at the very least, you know, whatever. At the very least, it's parity. At least you're not losing you know, value for just sniping down a planeswalker. But in a lot of circumstances, you can still deal 4 damage to them and get a Devil token, and it's really not bad. I don't know what else to say. And the other cool thing with the dash ability is even if they kill it, as long as it isn't with like Solitude or Path to Exile or something, even if they kill it while it's dashing, you still draw a card. So, you know, anyway, but again, like I was saying in my matches, the main thing that prevents me from being all in on that is that I just feel like Fable the Mirror Breaker, it also puts a body down, it lets you filter through your library, it creates a card that they kind of have to deal with, or you go nuts, like copying your Seasoned Pyromancers or whatever. So, I don't know. But this card does offer something Fable doesn't, though. This card is way better at smashing in against opposing Planeswalkers. But I feel like if I'm really worried about Planeswalkers, I have Flame Blitz, if you know what I mean. You know, this is a card I've actually just discovered as, like, I mean, not discovered, actually, people have been telling me about it for a while. And unfortunately, there's so many people that I'm not sure who the first one was, but to everybody who suggested it, definitely thanks, because I am trying it now. I don't know that it's nuts or anything, because I have lost some games even where I have sniped a few Planeswalkers with it, because unfortunately they still get value off the Planeswalkers, but I will tell you that I have won some games where I probably would not have won otherwise because of dealing with Planeswalkers very easily. But this card, though, I mean, it's obviously way more expensive, but the thing is, this is not just so single-minded, but of course, you know, Flame Blitz also has cycling, but this card, man, I kind of want to try it out, but I don't know when I'm going to get to it. But if any of you guys are interested in Obosh Red, I actually, you have my blessing to try this card. I have a feeling, you know, this card could end up being way better than it looks, and I'm telling you, out of like Urabrask, Glorybringer, and this card, I think this card has the most potential. The fact that you can cast it earlier for 4 is a really big deal in my opinion. But also, sometimes, you know, you can break board states by playing a 4/4 that keeps creating double tokens. Anyway, maybe that's enough pontificating about a card that I may not even ever play, but I obviously picked up a few of these because they're so dirt cheap. They're like a few cents each, so, you know, we're going to have this guy staring at us for a while, and we'll see if I ever actually try it. But anyway, until next time, everybody, I have hopefully at least proof Chandra Heart of Fire is playable. Card actually might be pretty good. Pugnacious Pugilist might be better, though, but we shall see. All right, thanks, everybody, and until next time, hope you all enjoyed, and take care.